Yeah.
Like, my dad's sitting there. I remember I was watching Spy Kids, and there's a scene where like fire comes out, and I was like,
Welcome back to Team SL. I am your host, Josh, with my co-host, Youssef. Back for another episode. First and foremost, cheers.
we've changed it up a bit, hey?
We have to change it up a bit. No more alcohol.
Alcohol's bad juju.
It's been making me sleepy as hell.
It
I
is,
can't
it
deal
is.
with it, man.
I need to be hyped.
Yeah, hype. I can't be sleeping.
I think this...
I am an old man. I'm sitting in my old man chair, so, you know, few drops of the brew and I'm off.
Oh, bon voyage. Get off the Rome.
Anyway, thank you to all our viewers who are actually bothered watching us. Don't know who's actually watching us long, but we love you all.
Thank you very much.
Drop a like and a comment, please. It would help us get out there because we fucking need it. Anyway, well, what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about movies.
Yes.
Because last night you were showing me some scenes out of the old Fast and Furious and all and everything.
You started thinking about it, huh?
I just started thinking about movies and shit. Like I'm a big movie lover.
Yeah.
I've watched everything, and if I haven't watched something, I have to fucking watch something.
Yeah.
I have to watch it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that over the last 3 days, like I've been working, and then like if we've have spare time for myself, I save it because I've now tried to catch up on watching The Hobbit.
You see, that's something... The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings,
Yeah,
Harry Potter, they're the ones I want to watch. But my issue when it comes to that is when I click on it and it's like screen time's like 3 hours. I'm like...
yes, but you got to prepare yourself, man. I know, but you have to prepare yourself for it.
3 hours.
Yeah.
A movie.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of guy where, especially, and I feel like these are the type of movies where you end the movie at a crazy cliffhanger or scene, so you got to continue.
That got
Or
me.
you become curious, right?
Yeah.
But I've just done a 3 hour fucking marathon. You want me to do another 3 hours? Because I will. I will. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I did it over
Holy
a week.
shit.
I
And
did
how
it
was
over
that?
a week. It was wonderful.
So you rate it?
It was brilliant.
Okay.
Let me tell you how I rate it, right? So, oh god, when I was a kid, so The Lord of the Rings came out, I think in 2000.
Yeah.
I think 2000 to 2004 was
been
the three
very
movies,
early,
right?
yeah.
They came year after the year, and I, being a kid, I saw it and I was like, ew, magical creatures, bleh. For some reason, I loved fucking Harry Potter, but I didn't trust Lord of the Rings, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense, but I did
But
it.
you're a kid. It doesn't have to make
I was a
sense.
kid, so I didn't do it, right? And I was a kid, I wanted anything with cars.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was in primary school, we had this teacher, and she was a wall. She was made of stone, right? She was just this annoying...
Like she was a warb, or was she just
Basically.
cold-hearted? Or
She's just cold-hearted, no emotion, just like the
Ah.
teacher you do not like to be around,
Yeah,
right?
You're scared to be around.
I don't know her name, but I definitely remember her face. It's in my fucking head, right? Anyway, it was like the last day of year 6, right? And I'm the only one out of my primary school going into another high school. Everyone else is gonna
Moving on to
the next one.
Yeah.
And so for like the last day, we had her as our last class ever, right? And she had us for the entire day. And all of us are like, oh, like how shit.
Shit.
Like we can't even talk to our friends next to us.
It's gonna be after lunchtime detention.
Yeah. And I remember she goes up to us and she goes, everyone gather around, we're going to watch a movie today. She flips out Lord of the Rings. Now, 2 thoughts. I thought, wow, this movie's like MA.
This is illegal.
Yeah. But 2, Lord of the Rings, like this is shit. Like this is going to be shit. So I buckled in. Bro, by the first hour, I had moved from the back
to the front.
to the front line there. Fucking in love. This movie was amazing.
Wow, even for a kid in year 6.
Yeah, this movie was amazing. I loved Lord of the
As
Rings.
a kid, right, I saw it advertised. Everyone did, right? And I saw that Lord of the Rings, to me, seemed like a complicated movie. That's why I never thought about watching it.
Yeah.
Because as a kid...
That was part of my reason too.
So I see
It's
like,
too complicated.
there's too many things going on.
Yeah.
There's this ring, magic, all these clans or kingdoms that are fighting for it, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour movie, so it's detailed.
My arm fell off. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and we'll fix that when we're done. And as a kid, I'm like, I don't want that. I just want to watch Spider-Man or Batman beat shit or something.
Yeah.
And Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
That's what turned me off. But now that I'm an adult,
Bro,
I am
it's
now intrigued.
life-changing
I am
as
now
an
intrigued.
adult, right?
I really am.
So I remember we watched it. I left there amazed. And I remember trying to watch the next two, and I did. It was great. Now, here's where my logic is not logical. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay.
I watched The Lord of the Rings. I fell in love with Lord of the Rings. I admitted I was wrong
About the Lord of the Rings.
about The Lord of the Rings. When The Hobbit came out a fair few years later, I looked at it and I had the exact mindset that before The Lord of the Rings. I'm like, nah, like that's boring. It's gonna be shit.
Yeah.
This, that. I don't know why, and I don't know why till recently. I was talking to the missus, and I was like to her, okay, you know, I've never seen The Hobbit. I've always wanted to. She's like, you've never seen The Hobbit?
What,
I'm
you
like,
have?
I'm like, you've seen The Hobbit? She goes, yes, it's amazing. I was like, well, fuck, I'm sold. Like, if you're saying it's amazing, I'm sold. I was like, let's buckle in. I actually I paid my Stan account again just to watch this movie. Wow.
How long was it?
3 hours and 20 minutes. No, wow. You'd think by 3 hours and 20 minutes, bro, they left us... The first two is 3 movies, right? Mm-hmm. First 2 leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Nah, but wow, what an experience. Bro, like, as an adult now,
You
I
get to
truly have...
appreciate it.
Bro, I have not just an appreciation for the movie, but the minds that came up with this.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that someone came up with their own language for a mythical side of the world is mind-blowing. Dude,
Well,
mind you, this is not like a movie from 2020 or 2019 with the latest technology.
This is a movie from
Brother, watch this movie. It will blow your mind what people can do. This whole world, like, the entire movie looks like it's a real thing. But it is so far-fetched. You have to imagine it's like, I just couldn't... You know how you look at it, you're like, okay, I know this is probably done by green screen, but you can't tell?
Yeah.
You look at this one, you're like, I can't even tell how this could be done with a green screen. Like, how could you physically design the background and the camera angles going this way and...
Oh, CGI, baby.
Nah, dude, I am telling you, it's
Well,
mind-blowing.
it's kind of like Star Wars. Star Wars. You see, here's the thing. I haven't seen Star Wars, all right? And I'm sure you haven't either.
A lot of people are going to flame me for that one.
Okay? But I've played the
Star
games.
Wars.
I've played Star Wars games. I've played like Force Unleashed, Knight of the Old Republic, yada yada yada, right? And playing the game is fucking mental, right? Because depending on what part of the storyline, or depending on the game and the storyline in it, you're always some OP character.
Yeah.
And you got certain missions or objectives you got to complete for whoever, right? Whichever side you're on. But you play the game and you're like, dude, if the game is this mental, how can the movie be any better? That's how I thought. I thought the movie would be and then the game they add on to it, right?
But oh boy.
Boy, oh boy, was I wrong. It, like, I can't even explain it to you. I think it's the same thing that you see with Hobbit. Yeah? You at the start, you're looking like, like it's those Comic-Con festivals, there's all these weird nerds. And
That's
like,
the thing, right?
I don't want to do it. It's not me. It's not me, right?
Yeah.
Now that I've like taken part in the whole Star Wars thing, I love it. It's fucking weird, man. Like I go to a shop, Zing, right? It's got all these memorabilia, and I stare at like all these Star Wars things. I'm like, dude, I want this.
Dude, when I was younger, I've gone into shops like that, and I just thought, oh, geez, Nerdfest. Like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Remember the last time we went to Zing?
But
We didn't want to leave.
leave for like 2 hours.
I could hear the Star Wars song playing in the back of my head while looking at shit. I mean, our beautiful posters came from
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
Oh,
But I'd stare at... I'm like, I want that lightsaber. I want that lightsaber. I want that helmet. And, bro, what blows my mind even more is how expensive this shit is. Like, the lightsaber was like $200.
Yeah.
It's a piece of plastic that's been painted red, right? But before I didn't appreciate it. Before I'm like, ugh. Like, get over it. Now that I've seen 1 or 2 movies and I've played the games, I have I don't know, it's weird. I appreciate it so much more.
I had a lightsaber when I was a kid.
Oh,
I had a green one. It was fucking mental. It's the one that you press the button and it goes out and then lights up.
Yeah. And you're like,
I thought I was a Jedi.
Yeah, we all did. So you did.
But I'll be honest. I don't really like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't like it. The movies just didn't do it for me.
Have you seen the movies?
Of course I have. I have watched it multiple times. Multiple times trying to like it. but something about it, I just can't get on board with it. I understand how everyone can absolutely love it. Like, my dad loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
We have friends that love Star Wars,
yeah.
right? But I just can't get on board with it. It's just not my thing. But man,
The Hobbit
The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings
huh?
is something. And you know what it also makes me think of? The exact same mentality I had with those movies, I had for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I never
Yeah.
watched the Game of Thrones.
No, neither.
But I know for sure that I fucked up not watching it.
It'll be wild because now that you've watched something similar to it, or something that's just as in depth as The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, now you want to go back and watch Game of Thrones. What upsets me, though, it's my fault.
Yeah.
And it is your fault, too. We didn't jump on the hype train when it was happening. Which is shit because, let's just say you and I see something. You know, the season ends and everyone's questioning, oh, what's going to happen? What are you doing? We missed out on that.
I'm happy to, though.
I
don't want to be distracted by anybody.
Yeah, but no, because it adds to it.
I get it.
People come up with ideas
you can't
or
talk
theories.
to somebody about it afterwards,
you
right?
finish it like, oh, okay.
But after I did that with the TV show Power,
yeah.
and like everyone just come up with their own bullshit thing, if there are 10 opinions about the ending of something, one of them's right. At least one of them is right, because it's not that broad. You read them, and you keep them on your head, and you're like, oh, fuck, I think I know how it ends somehow. I actually enjoy it.
You like to be... Yeah.
I enjoy it on my own. But what I realized is, I really do like mythical shit. I thought it was such a nerd thing when you're a kid, because you're programmed, right? Like you're programmed with... like, when we were growing up, the culture, you're programmed with culture about you're the nerd, or you're a guy that likes football, and you're a big tough guy.
Graffiti and...
Bro,
I
mean, I'm the first one to admit, I freaking love Harry Potter. Like, I wish I was a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, the wizard, Harry. Bro, I love Harry Potter, you know? But,
That's interesting. But you know what sucks?
You gotta watch it.
I will, but talking about movies, back then, movies were great.
Yes.
Right? You had a few shit ones, but the majority were great. You had crazy directors behind it, crazy writers, actors. Nowadays, almost every movie that I've seen
It's a reboot.
is a reboot, which is dog shit anyways.
Yes.
Or it's just a disappointing spin-off
Ah.
of the story, whether it's before or after.
Oh.
For example, was it Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman 84.
Watching.
Yeah. Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming out.
Okay, so that's already come out in America. Okay?
Been rated shit.
People have watched it in America. People think it's the worst movie that's ever come out in 2020. And that says a lot.
That does say a lot.
Because 2020 has been one dog shit year.
And there's been some terrible movies that have made it straight to film.
Oh, straight to film. You remember Avatar: The Last Airbender?
That was one of the biggest disappointments in cinema and for Avatar lovers.
Ever.
I have watched the entire series twice.
We all have, bro.
Right?
You wake up 7 a.m. in the morning, you whack on channel 7, channel 10, and it's there, right? And you watch it, and then you're like, all right, time to go to school. Made your day. Made your morning. Mm-hmm. You woke up looking forward to it. Mm. I watched that movie so hyped.
So bad.
All right. I'm like, well, we're gonna see it in like real life.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this crazy CGI graphics that they've been hyping up. They're gonna talk about the 4 acts or the 4 elements and how
you thought that were yeah. How do you Do
you know what I mean?
Trying to compress it all.
Yeah,
in.
and I'm like, wow, they're gonna do all of that in one movie. I thought the movie was gonna be like 4 hours. I did. I came prepared, bro. I bought popcorn, chocolate. I had a whole grocery bag full of shit.
Oh, you poor soul.
I get there.
It was so bad.
It was rubbish.
Yeah.
Bro, they play the movie. You've seen it. And at the end, it's like, it's finished. I think Act 1 was air or fire. One of them, right?
They didn't bother.
And it finished. And then the credits rolled up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, there's a sequel to this?
It was such a flop, they didn't bother making a number 2.
No.
Do you know, so my cousin is like, he was so in love with that show, right? He loved it. I only ended up watching it because of him, because I used to watch it with him when I used to go to his house. Then I fell in love with it, and I'm like, this is sick. So when the movie came out, he was the first one there.
It was a
right?
gem, yeah.
I asked him how it was, and he was like, bro, it was so bad, right? So based off what he said, I just never bothered.
Yeah.
Up until COVID hit. So Avatar: The Last Airbender came on Netflix.
Why?
And they need to fill up their storage, right? So it was just terrible.
Stan's taking all the good.
What's that stupid spin-off Harry Potter shit.
The bloke with the blue arrow. Yeah, him.
What's that Japanese dog shit? Yeah, so I looked at it. I'm like, I've put this off for so long.
It's time to.
What if everyone's wrong? What if everyone?
True.
Because
true,
I'll tell you
true.
why, and I'll finish this point by telling you why I think this. Right. So, I thought, what if everyone's wrong? Because everyone has also said, and I didn't know this up until lately, they said that Spider-Man 3, out of the 1, 2, and 3 Tobey Maguire movies, was the worst. Mm-hmm. So I thought, now, people definitely have to be wrong. Because that is a terrible... That was a fucking best part, the number 3. That was the best one.
Yeah, that was Venom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I watched Airbender. 25 minutes in, I turned the whole thing off.
Yeah,
I was like, this is terrible, and RIP to anyone that paid for this.
I'm surprised you lasted that long at home. Because the thing is, right, I was with a group of friends. So A, I couldn't just bail. B, we paid pretty good money because back then it was 3D VMAX. So as a kid, that's like $40. So
Yes.
as a kid, you're like, shit, a lot of money, right? Even though I hate the movie, I despise the movie, I paid $40 and maybe $20 in fucking groceries.
You have to watch it. You're done. You have to watch it.
I forced myself to sit there and watch it. I really did. I hated it. I hated every part of it. The only thing I looked forward to was the 3D bits, and that was shit as well. Because
3D was a scam.
It was the world's biggest game. You remember the stupid 3D?
Stupid glasses, blue and red.
No, that was cool. They were cool.
That was stupid.
No, because you remember you used to watch Spy Kids and blue and red glasses?
That was cool. Okay, Spy Kids was cool.
Okay, Spy Kids was cool. But the new age 3D movies where you got the 3D glasses, right?
The actual glasses was terrible.
Yeah, they were dog
I like
shit.
the little paper.
Yeah.
You're talking about the paper ones,
the paper
right?
ones with the red and blue.
Yeah, you get it with your popcorn. You rip off the side of the popcorn.
Yeah, because it was cool.
That was sick.
That's just a scam to get kids into watching the movie.
Yeah,
but I was a
shit
kid.
reaching you. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool, right? It blew my parents' mind away.
Yeah.
My dad's sitting there. And I was watching Spy Kids, and there's a scene where like fire comes out, and I was like, like he's like,
Bro, the same thing. Do you remember? I speaking of Spy Kids, I remember them. No, Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
So I remember there was like a bunch of molten lava that went on the screen, and I was like fucking dodging him and shit. I was like, Bro, that was an experience.
That was
Because
that was cool.
Because we were low tech before compared to now, so that shit was really cool.
But low tech, but then surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dog shit. Like, I remember as a kid, I'd take it off, I'm like, and they're like blue and red, and it just looked like shit, so I put it back on. But watching my parents' reactions was probably the highlight, because they'd sit there, oh, okay, this is a kid's movie, and something crazy happened, like some guy would shoot something, and like the bullet, like go through it, and like I can see my dad like looking at the bullet.
He's in the Matrix.
Like, yeah, he's just looking at it, and my sister's like trying to touch it. I'm like, this is wild.
I mean, look,
But
I just called it dog shit, but thinking about that concept, that's pretty impressive.
cool.
That's
But
impressive.
that's Spy Kids, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Airbender was dog shit. You know what else is dog shit? The 3D TVs and phones that they made. Do you remember that?
I've got one.
How shit is it?
That was a scam.
You got
I think we threw the glasses away. I got it somewhere.
You probably use them for like actual sunny.
We're like, oh, come watch 3D, fam, for one day, and then you're like, halfway, you're like, this is shit. Turn it back to the normal mode.
You know what? There'll be parts in the movie we take the glasses off, and it's 2D anyways.
Yeah, most of the movie was 2D.
It was 2D.
It was a
like
scam.
Crazy bits.
It was a scam. But drink break.
But yeah,
Avatar was really bad.
I'm
You know what else
surprised
was
you
really bad? So I mean, in the movies, I'd fall asleep in cinema if they're bad. Can't help it.
That was me in Annabelle 2.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
I woke up to everyone clapping, and I'm like, oh shit.
I did that with Bad Boys 3.
Yeah.
Just cheap directors trying to reboot movies for the sake of trying to make a buck.
Why didn't Michael Bay do 3?
Why did Michael Bay do 3? Why didn't he?
Not do 3. Like, yeah, why didn't he do it?
Because he didn't choose to fund the project. Another director reaches out to Universal and whatnot and goes, I want to make number 3. No, they go, fuck, well, it's going to be big money. Will Smith and shit's going to come back into it. Everyone's going to pay it. No one cares if it's a shit movie. As long as you give him the money in the first place,
that's right.
bada bing, bada boom.
Money for the license.
Michael Bay knew that Michael Bay's not going to waste his time making a number 3. Like, what are you going to do with number 3? He went on and made other movies.
Yeah.
The guy's a living legend.
I think number 3 was average. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was good.
I thought it was terrible.
I think 3 was okay. It had jokes here and there, but they were cheap jokes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a cheap Kevin Hart
That's
film.
right. It's more of a, yeah. Number 1 and 2 had that character to it.
number 1 and 2 was its own fucking scene. Like, two real bad-ass cops.
Yeah.
Like, detectives that don't live by rules. I mean...
Number 1 had the real 90s Miami vibe.
It was beautiful.
That Porsche, the yellow filter on the screen, the music.
And you know what? The movie, there was no filter.
Yeah.
Like, they said whatever they wanted to say. The explosions were Michael Bay spec.
Yeah, the explosions are real.
That man's sick. He will spend millions of dollars to blow shit up. Yeah.
Bro, number 2, you know that scene on the bridge? Where they blew up every single car they could see?
Bro, that was excellent. That was excellent. I remember seeing... I watched that movie so many times. You can literally see this car, like, heading towards the boat that's on the road. And you can see the big plunger underneath it. Plunge it into nothingness. And I love it. Because he did that with at least 20, 30 cars.
It's 2030.
The fact that he cut off a public highway
just to blow
shit up. Like, I know you like to work, but fuck you. We're gonna blow some shit today.
And you will appreciate it. You will appreciate it.
Just imagine if I was doing that, I have a maniacal laugh while it's happening. Just losing shit.
Yeah.
It must be fun to be a director.
That'd be cool, especially Michael Bay. You have all that type of money just to blow things. I'd probably blow shit up just to practice. Like, how many cars have they blown up and they had to cut it out or fix it up or it didn't go to plan? I hate, mate. Heaps.
Yeah, that's why I can't use any special cars.
Oh, they had that Ferrari.
He didn't blow that shit up.
Oh, he shot through it.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He does not care.
But then Bad Boys 3, yeah, like it's... I was disappointed when I saw who the directors were.
Some Arab.
Well, 2 of them. Well, then you're like, oh...
That's what I'm saying.
It's either going to be good or bad.
Yeah.
And then you're like up to...
I checked it out, I'm like, not Michael Bay. Gonna be shit. Saw the ad, like Kevin Hart film.
They had a few jokes. The captain was still funny. I'm just happy that the original actors are still there.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
Do you like horror films?
I don't take them seriously. I don't mind them.
You've never been able... I've watched a few with you.
I don't mind them. They're thrilling. I don't take them seriously. And that's my problem. Because, like, for example...
Do you not choose to try and feel like that, like, it's like you could be in a situation? Because I choose to do that so I can get scared. So I can feel a thrill.
Yeah, I try, but how do I put this? I'm not some tough guy or anything. But when I sit there, in the back of my mind, like, I start to argue...
Okay, yeah.
With me, like, mentally.
But that's what's happened to me now. That's why I can't watch it.
I can't. And the thing is, like, let's just say, you can tell when a jump scare's coming. You know, the music starts to...
Yeah. But see...
That suspenseful music starts to kick on. I'm like, something's coming. So I prepare myself for it. And then it happens. And I'm like,
But yeah, there are films where the jump scares... They just come unexpected in a weird way. And it will send me to a wall.
Yeah, but jump scares to me are cheap. I hate jump scares because it's just a cheap shot to get you scared.
Yeah, but it worked.
I want something like, what's thrilling? What's a thrilling movie, for example?
Okay. There was one movie with no horror scares at all.
Yeah.
But the vibe of the film was
it's eerie.
Fucking frightening.
Yeah.
Right? It was called Hereditary.
Yeah.
You ever watched it?
Hereditary.
No, you definitely wouldn't have watched it. It's fucked. It's real bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, what's the context of it?
Well, basically, I mean, spoiler alert, I guess. But, spoiler alert to you. But, I think the grandmother of this...
Wait, you're going to ruin the whole movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you know what?
Just...
No, who gives a shit?
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, but...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But basically, there's like a ritual...
Okay.
Like a demonic ritual that one family member's been a part of, and it has affected the rest of the family.
Okay.
So, it's not actual horror shit happening, like demons and ghouls and stuff coming out. It's everyone is slowly turning on each other.
Oh, that to me...
Very scary vibe. And you know what? Freaky shit happens, which is not like out of the norm. But because it's so realistic... It just sends shivers. Like the director, I don't know how to describe this, but the director did something with that, and it was so bad.
There's another movie, I don't remember its name, but there's another movie that's kind of similar. So there's a group of people, random people, right? They wake up in a room. Oh, so an alien has abducted them. That's what they think.
Just a fucking room.
It's a circle room, and
the circle.
And
it's on the red dot.
No, they're all standing on platforms.
Me and you watched it together.
Oh yeah.
We thought it was a scam.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah, I remember you liked it. I thought it was an absolute scam.
Towards the end, I kind of realised this is shit, but...
No. It got good. And then the ending turned out to be
Shit.
really terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
so-
they nearly got there and they fucked it.
Yeah, so
Sideways.
everyone's sitting in a circle. You can't move away from the circle. And then there's a puzzle they got to figure out. That shit's fucking...
They had to choose who was gonna die.
That's thrilling. I like that. Because it's scary because I can relate to that. What if I woke up and I was in that circle? Do you know what I mean? Or another movie, I mean, Saw's a bit too far. Saw's just gore.
Saw is for sick human beings.
Yeah, Saw's gore.
Like, look, the last real horror movie I really enjoyed was the first Conjuring. Now, the reason I enjoyed the Conjuring films, or at least the first one, was because it's not faked entirely. Like, there's a story behind it of something that actually existed, and I choose to believe that what they were talking about actually happened. I mean, there's fucking reports of it in history, right? So, you know, it's based off what they call a true story, right?
How
Based
true
on-
that story might be. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Oh, honestly, I did a lot of research into it, and it's not. I was reading articles about it that didn't come up because of the film. They were already there. You know what I mean? Based on the reports of these two people that were in it, right? And it is pretty freaky. Like it's pretty freaky. So now I was like, fuck this. You know, it actually got scared now.
For a scary movie to get to me, and I think to get to a lot of people, it's got to be one that's relatable or somewhat realistic. Now, I get it's hard to make a scary movie realistic, especially when you involve demons and shit, because a lot of people don't believe in them.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But if you make it, like, for example, Hereditary, that movie is, although it includes demonic shit and demons and whatnot, you can make it realistic because it's got that, how do I put this? That part of the story where it's not entirely focused on demonic stuff.
The problem is with the thing with that movie is it's incredibly slow and incredibly suspenseful. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh. Once you watch it, that's it. You can't watch it again. That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
You can't watch it again with somebody else. You know exactly what the hell everything's leading to.
Yeah. That's every horror movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess, have you seen Blair Witch Project?
COVID, yeah, I did. I finally ticked it off my bucket list. Something I've always wanted to watch.
How'd you find
ticked
that?
it off. Disappointing.
In what sense?
I expected... So, okay. I couldn't... Bro, there is no chance in hell you... Like, someone like me can ever... Or us, we can ever be... ever have the... Like, the Blair Witch Project can never have a proper effect on us. Do you know what the story was behind the Blair Witch Project?
Go on.
I had coffee, so I'm fucking jittery as shit.
Shit,
Can you
same.
hear me? Bro, wow. And I'm combining it with V. My mouth is going nuts. Anyway, so back in the day, the Blair Witch Project came out in 2000? Or 99 or 2000, right?
It's an old movie, yeah.
It was claimed to be a true story in the beginning of the film,
Yeah.
right? And because no one knows much about it, they thought it was actual footage because it was shot on
camera, yeah.
on the cameras, right? Yeah. So it was the Blair. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was the original Paranormal Activity.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, for anyone watching that shit, they think it's real, right? Now that is scary. No one knows anything about it. So when you're watching it fresh, it's just suspenseful. There's nothing jumping out at you, you just don't know what the hell's actually going on. You're always left on the edge of your seat. Now, because I've already known this and I've known the history about the Blair Witch Project, it cuts half the suspense.
That's the problem.
But the problem I had with the film is that at the end of it, what it led up to, there wasn't a big enough bang or a big enough twist. Now, I did love Paranormal Activity though.
I couldn't.
I remember.
I really tried, man.
I'll admit, I was a big bitch when I watched it. I went with a friend. I went with Daniel.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the movie, we were like, yeah, bro, this is going to be sick. By halftime, him and me, we were hiding under my fucking jacket. It was so stupid. I was peeking and shit. At the end, I'm like, yeah, it's all good. I'm like, bro, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
That was
fun.
scary.
It was alright.
No, it was
You
right.
think it scared me?
Come on, cuz.
I've seen scary.
I'm not.
Josh.
I couldn't sleep that night.
Yeah.
Oh my god, speaking of which, okay, I'll tell you a story. Fucked with me. Alright? One day I am... Okay, my parents left me at home. They went out.
Is this recently or?
No, that's when I was 15.
Yeah.
Right? Parents are like, alright, fucking sick of you. I'm out. They left me at home. I was like sitting around thinking what to do. I'm like, I want to watch a Paranormal Activity 2 or some shit, right? I can't remember. Perfect time. Okay. So I flicked off most of the lights and I'm sitting in the living room alone watching the movie. Okay. And I think I was watching it on my laptop, or I can't remember, I was watching on the laptop on the TV. And basically, we got the living room down there, and the living room was on the other living room. We had another television set. We had the old box one, right? The big fat ones, right? Now, I'm telling you about this because that television, the sound was super loud. If you put the volume to 6, it was like blaring.
300, yeah.
Right? So we never had it louder than like 8. Now, my dad always had this rule. Turn the TV on. Before you turn it off, put the volume right down to like 1 or 2 so we don't get a shock. We all live by this. We're very robotic that way, right? It was perfect. So that TV's off. My parents are off. Everyone's off, right? The lights are on and shit. And I'm watching this. And as I'm getting to the scary part, my laptop shuts down. So I'm
You're immersed.
It's black, right? The house is dark. I thought I'm going to give myself the full experience. And all of a sudden I'm watching it and the laptop shuts down, goes black, and all I hear is blaring fucking noise. No, sorry. I had a light on, a light on in the middle. The laptop shuts down, the light shuts off, and this blaring white noise comes on. Bro, I obviously scared for my life. It's like the biggest jump scare. What the hell's going on here? And I can hear something going off. And I've gone over to the other side and I can see in the living room, the TV's on. Full noise. Walk over, go, what the fuck is going on? The light is off. I'm scared. I walk slowly like a horror movie, right? You're creeping towards it. I look up. The TV is on static, meaning it was on a channel of like 98 or 100 or something. Not on the 7, 8, 9 that we used to have. 7, 9, 10. Shit. And the volume was at 100. Now that is a true story. Scared the absolute shit out of me.
So what did you do?
I called my parents. Come home. What? Now. I went to bed. I remember. Bro, I did. I remember I went to bed and I put the covers over, locked myself in the covers. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, but as a kid, if I'm wrapped in my cover...
nothing can help me. The Lord is my shepherd. Nothing
I'm
can
protected.
attack. Yeah, that's right.
They can't get me through that shit.
Yeah, stupid ghouls.
Stupid.
But bro, that really scared the shit out of me, obviously. It's just funny because I'm not saying it was like a ghost or something, right? But it makes you feel like it, especially when you're watching a horror film. The fact that my laptop shut down.
Yeah.
The light shut off and the TV was on at 100 on like channel 98 when channel 99 and channel this, they didn't exist. It was only 7, 7, 9, 10. That's it. No extra channels. It didn't make any sense at all. Nothing. Scared the absolute shit out of me.
See, I had something similar, but so there was this cartoon, this like Japanese DVD that my dad got me, right? And it's like a horror Japanese. Now, you know Japanese cartoons, they go... they're Japanese people just go way out there.
They're crazy.
They go nuts, right? Prime example is Hello Kitty. You see that shit's fucked, right? Anyways, but I got this horror DVD and it says on it R18+.
Yes.
Me being 14 years old or whatever at the time, like, R18, I've played GTA, I kill people. What's this? This is going to scare me?
I'm a stone-faced killer. What is this shit,
This is going to scare me?
Come on, man.
I'll make money in games. I ain't scared. I popped that DVD in and the shit I saw fucked me up. Like, there was a movie about, it was like a show about this Japanese female character and she was given the ability to see demons. She was basically a demon slayer, but she can see demons and stuff in real life that others can't. Alright? Can't, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And one of her, like, she was then given the power to be able to slay those demons. And the idea is they've come back, these demons or devils have come back to take over Earth or to destroy Earth, right? And she was given that power to stop them. Sounds all well and great. But one of the plot twists were her own sister was one of the demons.
Oh.
But her own sister was a demon in flesh. not
Ah,
yeah.
that's a bad time.
So
God, those Japanese are good. They are good.
and as a
See,
I mean,
I'm interested.
I'm
Watch that shit
intrigued,
now.
right? And I'm like, okay, so how's she gonna? You can't slay her own sister, and she's a real one. So it's like a like she can see them, but no one else can.
Yeah.
And at night she can go and kill them. But this one, she's real. People can see her. She just has the human appearance, right? So she has to kill her, but she doesn't know how. Anyways, skip forward. There was a scene where she was in like some dark, abandoned warehouse. A typical scary scenario, right?
Oh, it's
all
coming.
suspenseful.
Yeah.
She's walking in, and then this thing jumps out, right?
Bless.
And it's her sister, but it's her sister in the demonic form.
Bless.
And what I saw fucked me up because it was like I saw the devil. I'm like, I didn't know what to do. Like I'm out. I took out the CD, I couldn't do it. I actually bitched it. I'm like, fuck that, because I can't explain it to you.
No.
But it was this like weird wolf man thing. It was just.
I know what the hell you are talking about.
It was just some weird cut, and bro, there's blood everywhere, and
Yeah.
it's got like this thing coming out of it, and it was just like, what the fuck am I? So I turned it off.
Yeah.
I looked at GDA, I'm like, wow.
Wow,
And I thought I was a stone cold killer.
I'm going to church.
Yeah. Now that night I went to bed. Obviously, I had the blanket on me, and I'm like, come get me now, bitches.
Yeah.
And then I hear, like, in my,
don't tell me.
in my old house, the door used to creak.
Yeah.
So I hear,
Oh, get fucked.
And I'm
Bro,
like-
I'm nervous now. I'm actually scared now.
and I'm sitting there, and I'm like,
Please.
in my mind, now there's two things. I was a kid. In my mind, I'm like,
Shaitan.
the shaitan's here, but I might have the power to kill the shaitan.
Oh my god. How old were you, please?
I'm like 13 or something.
Bless
And I'm
you.
like, I'm going to see what it's all about. So like, I pull the cover off. Now at
you're-
this point, I'm like G'ing myself up hard, right?
You're braver than me, man.
I'm looking for any weapon. There isn't any weapon. So like, I'm just like, alright. I don't know. I get up,
Oh, jeez.
but I'm very nervous. Now I used to have a single bed, right? And there's like when I got up, there's usually used to be a step.
Yeah.
I missed the step, so I fell.
Yeah.
Okay. I look up and I remember seeing a black shadow.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up.
Outta here.
Because till this day I talk about it. Yeah. I saw a black shadow. Looking back at it now, I saw it and I'm like, holy, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I just screamed. I screamed. I'm like, I'm not no devil slayer, right? I screamed.
Holy shit.
I screamed and then I saw my mum come. She goes, what's wrong? I'm like, there's a thing there. She looks, she goes, there's nothing there. And I'm like, I swear to God there was a thing there. She goes, no, you're imagining things.
That's a typical mum.
Typical mum, right? I didn't sleep for the next 2 days.
Of course you did.
Because I was scared everywhere I went. Like,
The thing!
I used to, when I was a kid, I'd flick the light on.
Yeah.
Alright, and then flick the light on in my room.
Yeah, I did
And
that.
then run back. Memorize where I had to run. Because it'll be dark. Flick it off. Because I knew if I don't get to my bed in 5 seconds time, the thing will come.
Yes.
Okay?
Feels.
I mentioned it to my mum recently, the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, that might have been me going to the bathroom, but you only just saw my shadow, because when I turned the light on, that's when you screamed.
Uh-huh.
And I asked her, I'm like, well, why did you tell me that there's nothing there? And she goes, I thought you were crazy.
What?
She was like, I thought you were either crazy or
You
God showed you something and I didn't know how to
So you
interpret
could have
it."
just explained to me the simple logic of you were in the bathroom?
Possibly.
My lord.
Because when I screamed, she came running. I'm like, now...
Oh, because you screamed and you saw a shadow, she thought you're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
special child.
No, well, she's awake. Usually the parents... what does this come on? You know,
Yeah, she heard full-fledged scream. Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? And she goes, but I don't know, because my room was too far from the bathroom. Like, it doesn't make sense.
It's one
But-
of those mysteries, huh?
Exactly right. It's just a phenomenon. And I remember it vividly, and I just don't know if it was really a demon. And I was a demon slayer.
Or I'm just a typical 13-year-old.
Just imagining things.
Yeah.
That's what I say, R18+. plus. Fair enough. Makes sense.
Look, real quick, my dad did the same shit to me. My dad he went from being my dad to being the schoolyard bully. Right? I remember I was a kid and we watched all these horror movies and I was alright. Like, I didn't do too bad. I'm like, these aren't too bad. And my dad literally goes, looks at me, I'm fucking 12. 12!
Toughen up, mate.
Bro, my balls haven't even dropped. I'm 12, right? And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, you're not scared, are you?" I'm like, "No." And then he goes, "I'll show you something." Oh, does his evil laugh. I'm like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Comes back the next day from Blockbuster with the original Exorcist, rated R18. Now, on the front cover, it's like this cartoon, like a caricature of, someone standing at this thing. It doesn't look that scary. Yeah. This is R18, but I'm like, it's a fucking old movie. But I'm like, all right, whatever. Dude.
Yeah, it would have changed your life.
It did. I did. Like, I remember I watched that movie. I seen that demon face walking down backwards.
With her head twisted.
Now, that sent me into another level.
Yeah.
I've not felt fear like that ever since, right? Not only did I suffer that, 2 or 3 days later, at a friend's house, I was having a sleepover with a friend, and I had a lucid dream. Now, my lucid dream, I woke up. Obviously, you know how lucid dream works, right? You wake up,
but you can't
body's stuck, I can't move. My head's turned. The door is open, and that girl in the demonic form is standing at the door. Every fiber of my being just wanted to scream, and nothing moved. And I remember it felt like I had to sit through that nightmare for like 5 minutes. I'll never forget it. I can remember every little bit of it. Exactly. That movie fucked me up. You know what even fucked me up even worse? Do you remember that stupid, scary maze game that was going around when you were in school?
Yes.
I was in primary school. We were in different primary schools. It was going around for us too. And I showed my dad. And my dad's like, I played it on my dad. He's like, ha. Then he wanted to play it on my mum, right? Now, my mum is doing it. We had a computer desk. And my mum is doing the fucking maze. She came to the last bit. And I can't remember. I remember we plugged in earphones for her because it wasn't working, right? And then, bro, I can't. So I put the volume up and it went to full max volume. And for a split second, she's just about to get that maze, about that big jump scare with the same Exorcist face. And I freaked out for her. I'm like, shit, Mum! Because earphones on, she's going to get the full scare, right? I'm like, no! And I couldn't do it. So at the last second before she does it, I unplugged the earphones. The face comes and it screams, full-fledged screams at me. But I dropped crying. I was crying.
You know, like as a kid. You okay, just?
I think I might need a toy.
Yeah, like boogers start coming down your nose.
I don't think I was that young.
You'll go back to that.
Nah, I was all fucked. But yeah, that. And I never watched it again.
Nah, fuck that.
Shit from your childhood will always stay with you.
Apparently the child actor that was in it, they didn't show it to her.
They couldn't watch it. Yeah, she'll fuck her up too.
Yeah, well,
but bro, she did watch it, and I remember reading about it. She had like psychological problems afterwards.
Yeah, well,
Fuck on earth you would. Movies are fucked. Movies do a lot to you, man.
Yeah, good or bad.
Yeah, well, one thing's for sure, I'm never gonna stop watching them.
Nah, no chance. It's the only source of entertainment I can get.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have for today.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Thanks for chiming in, everyone.